Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I'm just sitting here drinking my morning coffee. It's sexy while I do it. Yes, I'm aware this is my third one of these in a row. I like to just film these back to back. Something I think that we need to think about, and I think a lot of people out there listening, because this includes a lot of my followers, and I get that in the comments. I get people who live regularly, who repeat all these same myths, repeat this same information, and some of it just simply shouldn't exist. That people repeat things that they heard, and if they just did 10 minutes of research, literally just went to Google to find out what the laws are, to find out what the best experts say about this, right? What do they say in response to certain MDs who've made these statements, right? Ooh. Because how many times are you listening to a fringe expert who's selling books based around this? And I'll get to a couple of those in a minute. But let's talk about right up near the top. People who simply have no idea what food laws are, know what goes in their food or anything else. So I was at a social gathering on Friday. A new person that I had not met. And, we're sitting around talking, and they brought up a topic very early in the conversation, about food and animals. And I believe they said they don't eat chicken. And they said that they wished that someone would write a law to stop them from putting all these steroids into chicken. And they don't eat chicken because of that. Keeping in mind, I live in Texas, in the United States of America, where the FDA and the USDA exist. I'm going to ask everyone out here a question. Any of you living in America? Because this has come up in surveys. People actually, they have no idea. How many of you out there listening who are in America, or even in other countries, think that in America, that they pump the chickens that people are eating full of steroids or growth hormone? Like, what percentage of you listening think that they do that? What percentage of the chickens do you think that are being done? Like, let's just ballpark guess. Ballpark guess, what percentage of chickens do you think that are being sold for meat were grown on these substances in the last year? Okay, let you think about a number. How about the 1970s? Okay, when I was born. So let's stay within my lifetime. I was born in 1976. Okay, everyone got their number in mind? It's the same number. It's the same percentage both today and 1976, the year I was born. It's 0. It's against federal law. It has been against federal laws with the USDA regulating it and would fine companies millions of dollars and shut their company down if they got caught putting anabolics or any sort of growth hormone inside of chickens that are going to be sold for food. It's against federal law. You've not eaten any American chicken that was pumped full of steroids. None of you in your lifetime, unless you're maybe really old. I'm only 47, so I'm not old enough. It's been since the 1950s. All right? People actually believe that. That's the problem. So if people have, that's the problem, because I think I saw a survey once that said that 80% of Americans believe that that's in there. How about pork? It's also against federal law. They don't allow to do that. Beef is the only thing that we put it in. It's only beef. That's it. All right. But that's a perfect example. People literally have no idea how their food is produced. Right? They have no idea. But what happens when we're at the point to where humans believe something like that and then say, I don't eat that food because of that? We see it in the fitness world. I've had people in my comments, I go, I don't feed my family any legumes. Well, why? Because of the work of Stephen Guyant? Ooh, see? You guys didn't think I would know the name. He's the doctor who kind of got that pushed a little bit into the fringe diet world a bit, with Hungry Brain, I believe was the book. Familiar with his work. We can go over to Dr. Foon with fasting. By the way, other medical doctors think he's a quack. Dr. Foon, how many millions of books did he sell about fasting and autophagy? Do you guys know how many medical doctors laugh when they read that and they're like, this guy's full of shit? But people are quoting him, this brilliant medical doctor with this information, and other MDs who read it. I personally know MDs who laugh like, dude, he's a bullshit artist. This isn't even true. That's not even how autophagy works. It's not even how it works. He's just making it up. People believe it. Okay? So when people say, but different scientists, no, different scientists aren't saying this. A doctor who sells a book is telling you this. Everyone else thinks they're full of crap. So let's talk about even the anti-nutrients. People are like, oh, we don't eat legumes. Well, how come people who eat more legumes are healthier and live longer and have lower rates of cancer, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease? You're aware of this, right? Does everyone know this? If these foods were bad for your health, why do people who eat more of them on average have less cancer, less diabetes, less cardiovascular disease? Why? Because they're not bad for you. I'm going to say that's probably the answer. But as far as even the anti-nutrients in these things, has anyone actually gone to see what the leading experts have said in response to this? Like, people say this and then they're like, I do this. But I'm like, have you read any of the rebuttals by PhDs in nutritional science to this information and their data-driven responses of why it's not actually particularly true? Before, and the people listening, before you decided to adjust your own diet and adjust the diets of your children and families, did you read the responses of the various medical experts and researchers to this information? No, you probably didn't. Because people follow myths and rumors. But people do this even when they don't get it from a medical doctor or an expert. It's just myth and rumor. But I mean, the chicken one is a big one. Most people apparently actually believe that's true. And they don't take it any further than, I heard they say. Well, did you go do any further reading to find out if it's even legal to do this or not? You just listened to the rumor, the myth, and believed it. And then people repeat it. Completely not even true. Not based on any version of reality. Literally been against federal laws for 70 years. Completely illegal in the United States. I heard. This is a problem. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.